guys, welcome to another Barto's Art live stream. This one is me crashing out on YouTube a bit because YouTube has just released for creators. We'll talk about like the effects for other people too, like consumers of our videos. But this might be the worst update they've ever done. I'm not too familiar with previous updates for creators, but it's terrible. Now, supposedly they're saying it doesn't affect any of our revenue and anything, so I don't know if we want to take their word for that yet, because I don't know how I feel about that. But basically, I have a piece of paper here to draw this out. But yes, Emily's Fine Art. I'm glad you joined, because you were talking about this in that chat thing on the community post, which is why I did this live stream. But, okay, so, let's say this is how YouTube used to work before. So YouTube, if a viewer watched, like, you know, about 3 seconds, if a viewer watched 3 seconds, that would equal 1 view. And anything, and that's what you would see. You would see the view counter, okay? So, you know, if 1,000 people watched for 3 seconds, that would be 1,000 views. And then, you know, swipe through rate would tell you what percentage of those people stayed and watched. So if you have a 70% swipe through rate, 70% of the video that swiped across the video stayed and watched for the 3 seconds. 3 seconds I just made up, but that's my guess for around what it is. Okay, so that's basically how it worked before. 3 seconds equals a view. Again, this isn't correct probably, but that is just, I'm just using that as an example. Now, how it works is any view equals 1 view, okay? So any single person that swipes through the thing and things like sees your video counts as a view. And at first you may be like, okay, yeah, that sounds awesome. That's like, you know, that means like more revenue, right? That means more views. That means easier to get to everything. Wrong. Completely wrong. Hold on. No, not better. So how this works is this is useless, okay? So what they basically did is on your home screen, on YouTube Studio, you have this thing where it says how many views you've gotten in the past 48 hours, in the past month, or you can change it the past year or whatever. And it told you how many of these engaged viewers you had. So that's 3 seconds or more. And now they got rid of that. They moved it to a new tab, and they replaced it with this, which, again, anybody that sees the video, so 100% of the people that scroll through your video, that'll count as a view. Now, this completely inflates what the views actually are, and it distorts how the video actually did. Because you could have 1 million views, 1 million views of this, but those aren't engaged views. So then you go to engaged views, and it could be 20K. Okay? Now that's crazy, that's terrible, but that's the thing. It inflates everything, and it is very confusing. Now, the other thing is that they moved. So yesterday, this is like the reason I'm kind of annoyed at it, because it, like, I didn't get a warning about it. They just did it, and then I saw the update. But I thought yesterday was my most viewed day ever. You know, like 1.4 million views it shows on the graph. I was completely wrong. Because, you know, I saw this update and I went and looked at it, and I saw that the revenue for that day was lower than the day before, even though I got an extra like 700,000 views. And that's a problem. It doesn't feel as good to get the views anymore, and like the revenue, it feels like way less. Yeah, so basically YouTube is stupid. Yeah, guys. So now here's my suggestion. Well, first of all, let me explain this. Swipe through, right? I'm very familiar with swipe through rate. This is, you know, I say swipe through rate many times a day. You know, you would have something that looks like this. And this tells you the amount of engaged viewers and the amount of viewers that swiped away. Or the viewers that stayed and the viewers that swiped away. My thing is, what is the point of this even? Like, because this tells you it. Like, there's literally no use for this other than to make it seem like you're getting more views than you actually are. And that's stupid. It makes you, once you get monetized on shorts, it demotivates you. And you're not, like, it's not as fulfilling. And it's going to cause burnout for people, I think. I got a little bit of burnout seeing that, and also I was unable to navigate it. It was really confusing at first. But anyways, yeah, the update's completely pointless. We already have, because the swipe through rate graph tells you how many viewers were engaged, which, you know, in this example, I think it might be the other way around, but that tells you 80% of the viewers were engaged and 20% swiped away. And now it's just like the new tab shows all of the views, and then you have to go all the way to the same tab that the swipe through rate is in to see the actual engaged views, which are the only thing that matter. Because again, this number of the full views has no meaning. They're like, it tells you nothing as creators. I don't need anything more than the swipe through rate graph and the average view duration graph and the average view percentage graph. You don't need anything more than that in terms of the views and stuff like that. It's stupid. Now, as much as it is a very stupid update, they could have made this much better. What they should have done is, you know, they could have changed the name to engaged views as the first page, and the views in the past 48 hours should only be engaged views, and the views in the past, you know, month or whatever, that should only be engaged views on the home page. So, you know, you got this home page, and it should still say the normal amount of views. You know, say I got like 14 mil. 14 mil, I said that's so weird. 14 million views this month. That should stay. Past 48 hours, you know, 1 million. And then what they should have done is in the tab with the swipe through rate, because you have this other tab and it's like, you know, you got it. Hold on. You have it down here. And, you know, you got the same percentage down here, this thing, and then should have just had a little thing right here that's like, you know, total views. And then that would tell you the number. Because I never care. I don't care about this number at all. It should not be the first thing I see. Because you look at this, YouTube, if you're watching this, which I hope you are, how this makes me feel is I see this, and then I on the home screen, which is what they changed it to, and I see a bunch of views, and I'm hyped. And then I go to look at other stats like likes, comments, revenue, and it seems like way less. The ratio is way off, and it feels ridiculously low, all of the stats. And, you know, again, it's hard to get to the information that you actually need now. You need to know the actual views that it got. So yeah, I don't know, guys. That's how I feel. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just reading comments up here. You got 1 million years, multiple years gone, never got monetized. Now my channel is basically dying and still not monetized, but I'm continuing to create content. Before I even had it done. Yeah, so in terms of shorts, you know, you need the 10 million views to get monetized in 90 days. I saw that people want. I was looking at the comments of the video where they announced this stupid update, and people. I don't think anyone asked for this either. That's the other thing. They're trying to be like TikTok, but no one likes the studio over there is terrible. Like the TikTok studio, it's not good. Anyway, from what I saw of it. But yeah, so 10 million people. I saw in the comments of this video, people were like, "Oh, we don't want that problem. We want monetization easier," and that's stupid. But anyways, yeah. Okay. I think if we can get enough creators together pushing back against it, then yes, because it's a small thing, and you could say I'm overreacting a little bit, but as a creator, it's inconvenient, it's demotivating, it's it makes it feel like it makes it look like you're getting more views than you are, but it makes you feel like you're getting less because you see that big number and then you go and look at the actual views and it's like, oh, that's not a lot of views. So yeah, that is, I don't think that's what they should have done. Yeah, I don't know what to say. let me pull up this YouTube studio real quick. Most videos after a few days. Yeah, so if a video just isn't gonna do well in the long run, that's what will happen. But yeah, okay, so past 48 hours shows 14,000. So yeah, 48-hour thing too. Then you go to engagement, and engaged views only 8.2 thousand. Yeah, so this is my latest video. Got 14.4 thousand views is what the new thing says, but the views that will actually get me paid and that actually count, it's only 8.2 thousand, which is less than usual. And then, you know, it's like, oh, the views are higher than usual, 14,000. But it's not, they're not. Yeah. I don't know, guys. It's worst update in YouTube history, I think.
Chat, are we live right now?
Yeah.
Ooh. What are we talking about?
The YouTube update.
Yeah. Hi, chat.
Yeah. Or it's W's. Thank you. You bought a mic and a tripod? No way. That's awesome. Yeah, I got the tripod yesterday, and it's like I might do a community post just because it's kind of funny what I was using. It was like this little tripod, this little flimsy, like, you know, tripod, literally held together with tape at almost every single joint. And yeah, it fits under the new one completely. Like it's insane. The updates. Yeah, it's annoying, guys. And then, you know, the video watch. So, okay, that got 11.9 thousand views, the one from a few days ago. And this one only has 1.3 million views. When I thought it had 1.5 million views. Like, I don't know what YouTube is doing, honestly. It's similar to the dislike, getting rid of the dislike thing. There was no reason to do it necessarily, and I guess it doesn't really matter. That one doesn't really matter, but this is just annoying. The mic might be trash. How much was the mic? Or what brand was it? Well, both. Because you can find some good cheap mics, or decently good. Let's see this one. It shows 426,000. I thought it was getting a bunch of views. But actually, it's only 368,000. So, again, YouTube, if you're watching this, I only want to see the views that actually count and do stuff. I don't want to see the inflated, stupid view count that makes you feel better. Or because it doesn't actually. It makes you feel worse because you look at that and then you see the actual views. Monetization feels lower. And it's stupid. Anyways. It's newer. Okay. I think I've seen those. Good budget, conscious users and beginners seeking basic microphones for tasks like streaming, podcasting, or recording vocals, but they don't have professional level audio quality. They're affordable, good for beginners, decent sound quality for the price, easy to use, good for doing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably a good choice. You got replaced by me. Yeah, that's pretty funny. But yeah, guys, I have another video I've been trying to work on, but it's kind of complicated, and it's gonna be nostalgic. I did a post on it, and then before the Minecraft movie releases, I have to get another video done, maybe related to that, where I made. It needs some touch-ups probably before I use it, or I'll just use it like this. But it's a Minecraft paintbrush, guys. It's a square paintbrush. Yeah. Okay. Oh, also, guys, that I did a community post. You guys can sort of see that there. What do you think of, like, I'm going to make some adjustments to the current logo and make it more similar to this guy because I like this. This is a cool design. And I could definitely simplify him a little bit. Like with my guy, the mouth goes up next to his eyes, but I kind of like the mouth like that. And the eyes aren't all the way to the sides. I also kind of like that. But yeah. Yeah, AI isn't good at, like, AI is good at making things better. It's not the best at just coming up with new ideas because it only goes off of things that have already been created. And that's the knowledge that it has. But yeah, let me check. Epic short out tonight. Yes. Guys, what do you guys think of tonight's short? While I'm here. Any thoughts, guys? I did a test with no text on the screen. So, we'll see how that goes. Okay. And pineapple apples. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. Ooh. Yeah. Ah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm trying to get my videos
It's 25 pounds. Can I actually paint?
to have stuff in them where it's funny, entertaining, and fun to do. This one was a struggle. This, like, my shoulder's already messed up from a thing that happened multiple years ago. So that, I mean, my shoulder's just weak, so that wasn't fun. But yeah, this is
with it. Fine.
pretty good. Oh, the Shrek, the muscles, the muscle Shrek,
I started with this guy, and it's very difficult to hold this up. And
the dancing Shrek. Yeah. So I'm trying to develop a style where it feels unique, and I guess I have landed on something pretty unique with the Bob Ross paintings, because I can't think of another YouTuber that has done the Bob Ross style paintings in this style of video like this. So I think that's probably going to end up being what my channel turns into, just like sort of that style. It'll get better over time, and the paintings will get more extensive and cool. Please teach you. Is it teach you what? Art, YouTube, because, you know, well, either way, I'm just going to tell you, you need time, you need practice. I've been going for 3 years on YouTube, and the one thing I've learned is that it's not the secret hack on YouTube that's going to get you 1 million views. It's a bunch of hours that are like working on videos and stuff that's going to get you a lot of views and make you better at stuff. And same with art. Art, same thing. How do I get good at Bob Ross paintings? I've probably done 30, 40 Bob Ross paintings. That might be a little bit more than I've actually done, but that's how I got good. I did a bunch of them and got in a lot of hours doing Bob Ross style paintings. And I eventually, I did a few videos that were not, hold on, let me show you. I did a few videos where I kind of veered slightly away from the Bob Ross style, and they're my 2 favorite paintings. Hold on. This one, it's pretty much the Bob Ross style, but I did not do this in video. But the clouds are different, and I like the clouds a lot more than what you get with the Bob Ross thing in the sky. And I did a yellow underlay, and it's, you know, it's unique. I didn't get this idea from Bob Ross. I think I saw an Instagram reel or post of a painting that looked like this, and that's how I came up with it. And then there's this one, which is definitely not Bob Ross style at all, but this is like my kind of style of art that I've developed, which is like kind of cartoony, kind of realistic, but it just looks cool. You feel the vibes. But yellow is my undercolor. That's something that you want to do with paintings. So it's consistent across all your paintings, just like an undercoat, like light yellow or light blue, light red, light orange. I've seen any color, really. Some colors will end up looking better than others, but I think it's pretty cool. Anyways. Yo, you finished it? That's crazy. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end the live stream though. I really hope that YouTube sees this. I doubt they will. But yeah, see you guys in the next live stream. Bye!